Hey, what's up, everybody? It's HBCU game day. I'm Tali Carr. We are talking esports because what is more popular right now than esports? I mean, the movie industry is down, right, because of the pandemic. But even if we were in the prime of the movie industry, it still would not be as big as esports. And we cannot talk about esports without bringing in our friends from community. And there is a tight HBCU connection here because Chris P is a co-founder, and guess what school this guy went to? You see it. You see it back there.
Oh, right there.
He is an Eagle, and Dalmar Wiltshire is joining us as well. He's a little West Coast. He's getting out west. He's an Arizona Wildcat. But look, it's all love here. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Chris, let's start with you, man. Community is a group that is really an integral part of the esports movement, especially with HBCUs. Tell me a little bit about the group that you helped start.
Yeah, sure. So Community is a nonprofit organization founded out of Atlanta, Georgia by myself and then my co-founder, Ryan Johnson. Small team of 5. Now just like working diligently. So our mission is to increase participation of minorities within the esports and video game industry. A little bit of background data that we got from one of our partners in the International Game Development Association. 83% of African American teens play video games on a daily basis. But when you look at the video game workforce as a whole, there's only 2% of African Americans that actually work within the video game workforce. And so that's like one of the biggest disparities that we are just trying to overcome. And that's our fight that we're fighting on a daily basis.
Dalmar Wiltshire puts together these events. He's a big-time producer. You know, Dalmar, when we look at games, you know, football games and basketball games, that's one thing, man. Kind of give us the essence of what an esports tournament is like, man. I know maybe you can't get everybody physically together like you used to, but it's so easy to do it virtually. Like, what is the vibe like with an esports tournament?
Man, the vibe is crazy, honestly, at the end of the day. And first and foremost, appreciate you having us on to have this conversation. But it's really like nothing other, where almost everybody in a room can be competing at the same time. Whereas when you're playing any of the normal sports, you are mostly watching and just watching, people at the top play. But in esports, you have the potential to be playing against those top people, right? So I think it brings a lot of community, and it's just another way that we can engage students, especially HBCU students who may not be interested in the traditional sports as they're currently played.
Guys, I'll be honest with you. I go to these campuses, during normal times, a Saturday afternoon, you look around, I'm like, man, there ought to be some more students here. And you talk to some of the kids like, hey, where's your homeboy at? He's back in the room playing the game.
Right.
So like, they're doing a lot more playing these days than they are watching it. And it just is
right.
What it is, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's crazy. We were able to, it's like low-key changing the trajectory. Because I graduated in 2016. And I know that's all we did. We played the video games and we would bet. I mean, it's probably illegal. Probably shouldn't know that. Yeah, that's what we did. And so now we're able to change the trajectory to where the gamers are becoming the big man on campus, so to speak. So for example, we just talked to our guy Kavaris at Langston University. And so I think he said that their 2K player has been playing in different tournaments, collegiate tournaments legally, and winning scholarship money. He's up. And so Johnson C. Smith University, when we have our 2K tournament or our Call of Duty tournament, they're able to win $4,000 from Acer, the laptop manufacturer, to then purchase equipment to build out their esports lab. And so they get to win that type of prize pool that you cannot win in traditional sports.
And Dalmar, you might have parents, man, or people that used to play video games. Like, look, I was killing it with Shinobi and Mario Brothers, right? Outrun, I'm there. But, I haven't kept up with it. I'm about to, pass it along to my children at some point. But, I mean, for people who might be on the outside, really? This is really a business? People are making money? This is really an industry? It's no joke, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's no joke at all. I think you just look at the explosion that's happened basically since the pandemic started, where, once the NBA and NFL start shutting down, where you can't participate in things in person, the one thing you can't participate in is something online, right? And esports was able to fill that void. And we have personally worked with the highest esports teams in the world. And just seeing that and being able to give these HBCU students visuals into those teams and organizations to show, hey, there's roles across the board as you would have in any industry, from partnerships to technical roles, data analysis, all these kinds of things that really help the ecosystem. And while you're playing games, you're able to get insights into these, kind of see what path you may want to take if you want to be a competitive gamer, or if you just want to be adjacent to games and work on data analysis for these high esports teams who need it, and they're paying a lot of money for it.
Chris, what type of things are you guys doing with community to, not only, have fun at this and share the fun with the kids, but also give them, tangible skills or at least exposure so they can get into the industry like you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, I guess to touch on your last point, the video game industry is worth more than the film, music, and traditional sports industries combined, all three. And so like Dalmar said, the opportunities are endless. And I mean, the kids are playing video games, like I said, day in and day out, 83%. And it's just something that we want to capitalize on. And so that's literally why we started community. So we're able to leverage sports and entertainment to address then social impact or like social change. And so again, just going back to that fact of 83% of millennials, African-American millennials playing video games, we're able to now partner and we're able to scale. So partnering with like the UNCF, who has we created the first ever scholarship fund with the HBCU eSports League and Play Versus to create the first ever HBCU eSports scholarship fund through the UNCF. We're able to partner with Microsoft, who we're one of their partners in Atlanta to do digital skilling, to teach digital skilling. We're also partnering with 100 Thieves, the Evil Genius, to be able to teach HBCU esports students how to then, I guess, change their trajectory to becoming they call it path to pro. So then they become on the path to be able to become professional athletes within the esports space. And so just for example, Johnson C. Smith University, Professor John Cash was able to get Riot Games to offer 6 internships for their summer 2021 internship program alone. And those are the type of opportunities, along with 300 Entertainment. I would say shout out to Kevin Lyles at 300 Entertainment and DTLR. We're able to give 2 internships to HBCU esports students from there. And literally those type of opportunities are why we exist.
What Dalmar, what's the game plan? It's very easy over the years to tell our kids hey, you want to play basketball, go do this drill, work out this way, play with the bigger kids. If you want to be a doctor, okay, go take these classes. If you want to be a lawyer, go to Central Law School, right? We have those kind of templates in place. If you were talking to somebody who's look, I enjoy video games, but I want to do more than just have fun. How do you lay out that template and guide them on that path so they can, maximize and get the best out of both worlds, fun and potentially a career?
That's a great question, honestly. It's multifaceted at the end of the day. And what's the main thing, I guess, about individuals who are interested in basketball, interested in football? They go seek people like them who are interested in the same things in competition, right? They join teams, they go out to different leagues and join those. And that's really what we're doing here, is providing a league for HBCU students to get in competition with other interested students and also other students who are amazing at these games as well, right? I'll give a quick example. JCSU, as we mentioned before, they've had one of the we'll say, most put together esports orgs already and had been winning most of our games that we've been setting up already. And then once Morgan State jumped in, they immediately won the first HBCU Battleground setup that we had, right? And that elevated the JCSU's team to go back out, practice some more, come back with better competition, better strategies, and they were able to take the next time they matched up, right? So at the end of the day, it's really about finding competition and finding like-minded people who are interested in the same things.
Chris, every time me and you talk, man, you guys got a new announcement, a new partnership. kind of take us behind the curtain as much as you can. Like, this is a great business to be in, even if you're a conduit between players, corporations, universities, kind of connecting all the dots.
I guess to go behind the scenes. So, like I said, we started Community back in February of 2020, and so literally just hitting a quick pivot once COVID came, we realized that. So in the city of Atlanta, specifically, the public school system, the charter schools do not get the same funding as the public schools. Long story short, we realized that we ended up raising $118,000 for students that didn't have access to laptops. From there, just realizing, again, there's still lack of opportunities within the space for our people. So then we created the league. So now you look at like all of the major leagues, Del Mar, keep me honest, you have TESPA, you have CSL, and then now it's to the point now we partner with Twitch and Verizon, like you can't deny the HBCU eSports League. And so just being able to create that type of opportunity for like us is been tremendous. Again, just going back to leveraging sports and entertainment to address the social impact and social change within the industry.
So where's the room for growth, Chris? Like, where are you? Who else do you need to get on board? What can people do if they want to get on board? Like, kind of where are you at scale right now and compared to where you want to be?
Yeah, I would say at scale right now, we have about 20 schools. As of right now, we, of course, want to be able to touch the whole 107, 104 HBCUs throughout the country and the University of Virgin Islands, of course. And so just making sure that we can, one work closely with them. Because to Dalmar's point, we've been with the forerunners of HBCU eSports curriculum, which is Tennessee State, Johnson C. Smith University, and Southern University. But now it's having to go back and then walk through, let's say, North Carolina Central, where we may have to like do a little bit of hand holding and just kind of walking them through. So as of right now, that's where we need to be. I will say for any corporate entities out there, literally we brought Verizon on as our sponsor, our title sponsor, launched in December, and we had Dalmar 3.2 million views.
3.2 million plus.
Two-day time span. Again, with the HBCU Esports League. So I mean, we're killing it. Just trying to keep going. And to your point, Tyler, I know I can get on it, but as far as bringing opportunities or scaling, that's like our goal. To then bring equitable opportunities to students of color in the space.
Wow, that is incredible. That's a lot of eyeballs, man. For somebody who looks at analytics every day, like, whoo, that is a healthy number that you can certainly be proud of. Dalmar, are you where you are in your life? Is this where you planned, or when you look back on it, or are you like, it's so crazy that I'm producing esports?
Honestly, it's not anywhere where I planned on being. I've always been interested in gaming. You know, once I had the Game Boy as a kid, PlayStation 2, always interested in gaming. But esports was never really on the radar. And at the end of the day, the entertainment industry is really my main focus. And I'm here to be the best of the best at all of it, right? So that includes esports, sports, music, film, whatever it is. I'm trying to be the best, have the most knowledge of what's going on, and really be able to excel just within the space. And kind of hearing first, even meeting Ryan and Chris, hearing their conviction about HBCU esports and what they're trying to create, I felt like it was also my duty to try to provide as much as I could. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah, well, if you ever change gears, maybe a career in voiceovers might work. Man,
Heard that a few times.
The brother has some pipes over there, man.
I'm working on them.
I just want to finish out the interview in sign language, man. I don't even want to compare our voices. Chris, before we go, man, how can people get in contact with you if they want to be down, if they want to be a part, if they want to find out more, if they want to contribute, all of that? What's the best way to get in contact with the community?
Yes, sir. So follow Community on literally LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at community.co. I think on Twitter it's at community. It's community with an X instead of an O. So CXMMUNITY. And I'll let Dalmar plug in. So we have our broadcast is coming up next week. Dalmar, you want to touch on that?
Absolutely. We got broadcast coming up starting on the 17th. And just the dates for January is going to be the 17th, the 24th, 27th, the 20th as well, and also 31st. So anybody interested in NBA 2K gameplay and also basketball in general, please come out. We have amazing students playing. Like Chris mentioned, Cavante Wade from Langston University has been killing it. His mentor says that he wins every tournament he's in. So we're about to see if he can do it again. So it's going to be a great time.
Wow. All right. Well, we will definitely check it out. Dalmar, Chris, thank you guys for hanging out with us today, representing community, and best of luck. You guys are on top of it, and what you're doing is so awesome, and we look forward to connecting with you guys later down the line.
Appreciate the conversation. Thanks for having us on.
Thank you for having us, Tyler, as always.